guys, it's your girl Nikki and welcome back. So today I just kind of wanted to talk about life in quarantine and how it's been a struggle to say the least.
Okay.
I do still have some workouts lined up for editing and sharing, but I didn't want to just be all about encouraging people to remain active and stop there, because I 100% believe that there's so much more to health than just what you eat and how often you work out. And your emotional and your mental well-being are just as important, if not more actually, especially during these emotionally draining times. So since the quarantine began, there have been a lot of people posting about encouragement and motivation from all different angles on social media, such as get your workout in, no excuses, take advantage of all of these free online classes, come out of the lockdown with your best body, and more time means more productivity.
Just do it!
And don't get me wrong, and also granted I'm not that aggressive, but I am also one of those people. So I know that these things come from a good place and also good intentions. However, all of it can get a little overwhelming and sometimes even make you feel shitty about yourself. But before you start beating yourself up about your lack of achievements despite all this free time, remember that we're living in unfamiliar, uncharted territories where the new normal is actually not normal. Am I doing this right? We're in the middle of a pandemic, and it may not seem like it, especially if you've been staying home, and extremes may not necessarily be happening to you firsthand, but everything else that's been going on around us still has emotional leverage. And just the simple fact that you had to change everything about how you live your life in a matter of weeks is incredibly stressful.
Was stressed out.
Take working from home, for example. Many people like myself have had this humbling privilege that I'm sure we're all thankful for, but what was once just your personal space to escape from the outside world's stress and anxiety, and let's face it, to escape from work, is now also your place of work. So there's really no longer a boundary or a clear distinction between your personal safe space and everything else, and that in itself is tough to deal with. That's why it's okay. It's okay to be taking a little longer to adjust. It's okay that you're not on point with your nutrition. It's okay that the only thing that you've learned so far is how to make freaking dalgona coffee, which I'm actually here for because it makes me feel like I'm ordering my coffee from outside. It's okay to say, screw you, Nikki, I just don't feel like working out today, so you can just get with your workouts. And of course, your physical health, your productivity, and maybe even your physique are all also important things. And if they support your mental and emotional well-being, by all means, keep at it. But the main thing that's going to get us through this, and the main thing that's going to help make transitioning and coping and surviving this a little easier is this and this.
Oh my God! Wow!
So take a step back, or actually take a few steps back, because each day that you overcome in this new normal deserves a little credit, and you definitely deserve a little credit, even if it is just for that delicious dalgona coffee you just made.
Yeah, boy.
But yeah, Nikki, all that is good, all that is great, but like you said, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and what the heck can you freaking do? Well, I'm no expert on this matter, nor am I perfect, because it's something that I personally struggle with too, but I do try to work on this in my own little ways. However, just because something works for me doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you or for others, because it's also a matter of self-observation and just trying different things really to see what works for you. Because needless to say, we're all different and there's no one-stop cookie-cutter plan that works for everybody. Personally, I have been doing a few things that I think are constructive yet manageable enough for me to actually keep doing. Some of these things I actually started way before the quarantine, while some are more recent because I just feel like they help me with my emotional and mental health during these rough times. So you may or may not be interested in giving them a try, or they may even help you think of some ideas of your own. Of course, the first is exercise. Wow, Nikki, way to be predictable. But exercise actually does work wonders, especially if I do it in the morning, which I am very proud of myself for, because I used to hate moving my ass first thing in the morning, and I actually used to think people were crazy for wanting to do that, but I definitely see what all the hype is about because it clears my head, it puts me back in my body, it gets my blood flowing so that I don't feel half asleep throughout the day, and I have honestly never worked out and not felt good about myself. Okay, so stay with me on this, but I actually started journaling in the beginning of this year. Granted that I'm not very good at it, and sometimes my thoughts are so unorganized that I can't really write anything of sense down, but the whole point of it isn't to become the next Shakespeare, but just to have, an outlet for your thoughts. And some people, they journal every day or every morning, but I usually just like to do it when I have like a lot of clutter in my brain, or just when I want to sort my thoughts out, or when I'm feeling shitty or sad about something, or sometimes when I'm feeling particularly good about myself too. This next one is not something I started doing, but something I stopped doing, which is track my calories, which I stopped doing months ago when I wasn't in a great place mentally, and I felt like the tracking, the numbers, and being meticulous about what I ate was indirectly contributing to that. So I just decided to take a little break from it for a little while to see if I would feel refreshed enough to go back to doing it. But I didn't really have any specific goals that explicitly required me to track, so I just decided to chuck it out the window completely and not give myself the additional stress. Being in the kitchen has actually helped me a lot lately, and no, I don't mean to grab a handful of snacks, though I am guilty of that too. But I mean cooking and baking. Of course, I do the usual meal prepping and trying different recipes, which I love, but way before I even knew how to cook back in college, baking was definitely my first love. So I'm definitely happy about doing it more frequently now during the ECQ, because there's something just really therapeutic about making something really good out of such simple ingredients, and it's actually really quite addicting. Okay, so don't at me on this next one because I'm not saying I'm a gamer and the only game I really play is The Sims, but my next point is to try and play games. Obviously I don't play a lot, but I do believe that playing games gives you a chance to get out of your own head, to unwind, or to just take your focus off of things that may be clouding your mind. And I know there are some people who would say that playing games is a waste of time, but I wouldn't necessarily call it that because one, time spent having fun is not time wasted, and two, go consult with a gamer and let him prove my point. Lastly, you could start a mini project, and it could be about anything really, but ideally it should be something that you enjoy, that keeps you busy, but at the same time doesn't make you feel like it's another job. And it doesn't have to be huge. Like for me, it would be finally starting my YouTube channel, and I know that I'm not exactly perfect or great at it, but it does exercise the creativity in me, which I know is not my strong suit, and it reinforces me to shift my focus, like my time and my energy, into something else other than my day job. I've seen some people taking up gardening, which I hear is also very therapeutic. Some people have renovated their rooms or their houses, started podcasts, and I've actually noticed that some people have started cooking and baking more. And some people might say, oh, that's not really a mini project, that's just learning how to feed yourself. But for some people, improving in the kitchen is actually quite a big deal. And if you're out there making any form of effort for self-improvement, then you go, Glen Coco.
You go, Glen Coco.
And that's basically all I got. I mean, of course there are other things, more obvious things you could do, like reach out to people, because just talking to someone could instantly make your overall mood better, or to do one thing for yourself every day, like pampering yourself, or trying on that bikini and sunbathing in your backyard, just anything that would make you feel more yourself again. So I hope some of that was helpful for you guys, because I myself have also tried to shift my focus from trying to maintain my pre-ECQ progress or physique to just trying to maintain a good relationship with myself and my mind through all this. And if you're going through the same struggles, then I encourage you to do the same, because there's really no harm in trying, and you really won't know what will and what won't work for you until you give it a try. You guys, I know this video is an earful because it was definitely a mouthful even for me, so thank you so much for watching, and I sincerely hope that this is helpful for you guys because it is something that I go through personally, and I know a lot of people share the same struggles. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Nikki S'mores. Stay safe, stay healthy, and for the time being, stay indoors. Bye!